Good morning, afternoon, whatever time it is that you are viewing this. I just wanted to this will try to be a quick video because I'm usually long-winded, but I wanted to just make a video on cold steel knives. I've kind of rekindled my enjoyment of cold steel, but I got a very valuable lesson taught to myself. If the price is too good to be true, it usually is. This knife you see right here, 4MAX Scout, I purchased on Amazon, and I immediately noticed a couple of things. I'm like, this feels and seems a little off. So as I started looking at forums and things like that, I started learning about telltale signs of fakes, Chinese knockoffs, other country knockoffs of these knives. And first thing I'll say is, if you're interested in cold steel, in particular their folders, I highly recommend buying only through a certified cold steel dealer, like a Midway, which is where I got this guy from, or a Knife Center or Blade HQ. I'm sure there's probably more official cold steel dealers out there, but you know, for the purpose of this conversation, I bought this on Amazon, and it was about $40 cheaper than the cheapest cold steel 4MAX Scout that I could find anywhere. So I thought, oh, you know, it's Amazon, it's fine, should be fine. Well, we'll get into that. So I just got this today, along with this AD10 Lite, which is here. I'm not going to do a review with this very nice knife, but I tell you what, if you're interested in an AD-10 Lite, the price on Midway is ridiculous, and they are an official cold steel distributor, so you're not going to get a fake knife. As you can see here, this I think this knife was $32, which is just it's made in Taiwan. Yeah, I'm big on made in American knives, but there's very few cold steels that are made, the folders that are made in the US. AUS 10A steel, it's decent steel. But I'm going to use this knife to open what should be a real 4MAX Scout that I just received from Midway. Now, the box is obviously different. You know, I have several cold steels that have the pictures on them. I got a Voyager, I got the AD-10. What else? I got a Coben and a Frenzy. And all of these have pictures of the knife in the description. This one, the only place you saw it is on the barcode. Now this is a different, I will provide a caveat. This knife is a different color than black, so perhaps, and if you know the difference, or if you've seen some difference, let me know in the comments, because you know, in the box is what I'm talking about. If they have a different color, this is the desert tan. If they're different, because it's not black, okay. If you've bought a black 4MAX Scout and it has a picture on the front, let me know. Okay, this is my pirated 4MAX Scout, and I'll put that over there. I'm gonna have to try to hurry because I have a call. So here we go. First, right off the bat, we can look at two different things. The size of these screws is different. On the thumb stud, okay, the flathead screwdriver is here. On the authentic one, it's not. Okay, and then this is what initially perked my interest. The lettering. See, if it's tough to see, but if you look, the lettering here is thicker. All the font is a thicker font, and that makes a difference. So let's flip them over and let's look. Now here, you'll see the maybe we can put them like this and see if there's any variation in the size. It does appear. Let's to be fair, let's do it like this. And I don't know how that is shaking out on the camera, but appear to be basically the same size. Now, texture-wise, this is much rougher, almost like a sandpaper. This has slight texture, but it is thin. Now, again, as you can see, this is, I think this was an older style font from Cold Steel, but as you can tell here, this is the new logo, and it's very much thicker and more compact. Now, as far as the blades go, let's see if I'm capturing. I'll have to do it like this to capture it. Now, the action on the authentic Cold Steel is much tighter, okay? Very, very similar looking. There's this blade, the edge on the original, or the authentic, well, let's just say authentic for the sake of this video. The edge is much more uniform. It's a better grind on the edge. And again, it feels, it's a stout knife. If you have one of these, you know what I mean. But it is just, the feel of this thing, this guy got more heft to it. Definitely more texture on there. Yeah, whoever made the knockoff, they did a pretty, I mean, pretty fair job. It's thicker, like the scales on the authentic one or not as thick. Maybe that's why it feels a little better in the hand. The pocket clip is much lower profile. You know, and just the overall action. You know, one thing I'll say, and I have to wrap this up, one thing I'll say is Amazon, through their customer service chat, did right by me. And because this came, I got it shipped in from Dallas. When I identified it as a counterfeit knife, my return label was to Turkey. So I reached out to Amazon and said, look, I'm not sending this back to Turkey. Sorry. And they gave me a full refund and said you can keep the item or dispose of it. So I'm keeping this as a lesson to myself of what you don't do. And hopefully this video will help folks who, you know, may see a deal on a Cold Steel or some other knife, and on Amazon, be very careful. If it's not listed as you know, sold by Amazon and shipped by Amazon, that's a sign that there could be an issue. And then you know, Amazon allows a lot of third-party sellers into their marketplace. That's how they make a ton of money. But that's where these fakes are showing up. So I learned a lesson. Thankfully, Amazon didn't charge me for my lesson, you know, but it was a hassle nonetheless. So hope this video was a little informative for everyone. And, you know, if you enjoyed Cold Steel, you get what you pay for. Spend the money on an authorized dealer. So hope everybody has a good one. Remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Until next time.